Tonight, our first look at the 3 suspected gunmen wanted by police for a mass shooting outside a banquet hall in Miami. Watch as they jump out of that white Nissan Pathfinder, heavily armed with assault-style rifles. They're out of frame for less than 10 seconds before rushing back and driving off. In that short time, 2 people were killed, 20 wounded. More than 100 shell casings recovered at the scene. Police say the crowd outside the venue returned fire. Just hours after that video was released, police divers finding that vehicle submerged in a canal, saying it was reported stolen earlier this month. The venue had been rented out for a local rapper's album release party. Police say the shooting was targeted, but still don't have a motive.
A major shift in policy as China faces an aging population. Beijing declared on Monday that married Chinese couples may now have up to 3 children. It's a further relaxing of the government's family planning practices that began in 1980. Only 1 child was allowed back then to fight overpopulation. The government began to reverse course in 2016 when a 2-child policy was passed. But there are still concerns. China is facing rising costs for living and education, a lack of daycare facilities, and a culture of long working hours. And many Chinese are skeptical that a new 3-child policy will help the population increase.
Officers at a Centurion police station are corrupt and must be fired. That's what the community in the township south of Pretoria is demanding. They accuse the police of taking bribes, protecting criminals and being on their payrolls. Community members have been voicing their concerns at an imbizo called by the police minister.
Olivenhoutbosch is a township in Centurion near Pretoria. It's densely populated and its police station is 47th on the list of crime hotspots, according to statistics released by the police minister for January to March this year. At the imbizo, community members went to the front to tell the minister about crime in the area. The police minister has promised the community he'll be back in a few weeks with a solid plan. He's also suggested that a task team be established in Gauteng to tackle crime in Olivenhoutbosch.
Chilling numbers that paint a better picture of just how devastating the COVID-19 pandemic has been in Peru. On Monday, authorities in the South American nation updated the coronavirus death toll, more than doubling the official tally from 69,000 to a little over 180,000 deaths. The Peruvian government said the old counting method resulted in an underrepresentation of the number of victims. Under the former guidelines, only people who tested positive for the virus were listed as victims of COVID-19. The criteria have now been broadened to include probable cases who have an epidemiological link to a confirmed case. The death toll will also include people who exhibit a clinical picture that is compatible with the disease.
The discovery of a mass grave for 215 children in Canada last week at a former school for indigenous children is prompting calls for a nationwide search at other similar institutions for more burials. Indigenous groups in Canada are leading the cause in an episode that has shocked the country. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says a search would be, quote, an important part of discovering the truth, but did not make specific commitments. Grand Chief Stuart Phillip, the president of the Union of British Columbia Indian Chiefs, said the Indigenous communities are working to figure out how to investigate. The discovery was first announced by the Tequamlus Tesequapun First Nation, prompting some people to lay hundreds of tiny shoes and flowers in public squares.
New Zealand's military has been called in to help evacuate hundreds of people caught in flooding in the country's South Island. A state of emergency has been declared in the Canterbury region that surrounds the city of Christchurch. As much as 40 centimeters of rain has fallen in the area over the last 2 days. Meteorologists say that in some areas that is more than the entire rainfall so far this year.
The extent of the flooding. Houses marooned by water. Roads impassable. This one left with a gaping hole. And rivers have turned into lakes.
Point of order, madam.
Il n'y aura pas de débat.
On a point of order, madam.
We're not going to have a debate.
There will be no debates.
No, you are not in position to tell us anything. You are not in position to tell us anything. You are nothing in this PAP. You are not elected to be anything. Don't think you can give us any instruction when. Yes, sir.
You make mistake. Secretary General, can you explain on the issue of that letter, please? Can you explain to the plenary the issue of the letter?
And Madam Chair, your chairmanship expired yesterday. You are not on the chair today. Your chairmanship expired yesterday.
Point of order. Point of order, Madam Chair. Whoa. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order, Madam Chair.
On va voter on en a marre.
Point of order.
Veut quoi ça?
Point of order.
Ça veut dire quoi?